Collector Crew out here with Gem Minted, and today I have the honor of reviewing 3 beautiful slabs with you, and of course we always have an honorable mention. So let's go ahead and unbox this beautiful slabs that are in this box. Alright, so this is not our usual adventure, so today we are venturing outside of PSA. We are actually trying a new company today. And no, it's not CGC, and it's not Beckett. So there's 3 slabs in here. And if you can kind of see through this wrapping, there's gold there, and there's gold there. So we definitely strike gold with these 3 slabs. And I am super excited to review them with you and just give you my initial interpretations on these. Before we venture any further into this video, I do want to hit our honorable mention. So our honorable mention for today is no other than Ursula, Sea Witch from the Fabled collection. This is a very, very beautiful card. This is the new rare tier of Epic, which was released in the Fabled release. And just look at that. That is beautiful. I had the pleasure of pulling this card when I actually unboxed the trophy box, one for myself and then one for my brother. My brother got the one and only Dumbo Enchanted. I got 2 epics, and this is one of them. It was a great time opening that box. If you haven't opened up any Fabled, I highly recommend it. It's amazing. It's always a good time, and this is double guarded. So I have the resealable inner sleeves, which just look how that pops. Isn't that beautiful? Like the resealable, it's like all 4 sides, and like the card just looks beautiful. Like when I take it out of the outer sleeve, it just wow, right? So let's put it back in here, make sure it's well and protected. I like to guard my cards as much as I can, have them protected for as long as I can, because personally I think this is a work of art, and I just want to make sure that I'm able to appreciate the art for as long as I can. All right, so our slabs. So maybe you've seen this company, maybe you haven't, but here's the reveal. That's right, PCG. This has been made famous by Rudy himself. He definitely has some shares in this company, and he's been promoting it. I did not grade these cards. I bought them off eBay, off a reputable seller, and I did my research, and I actually have to talk about that because if you're someone who's experienced in the market for buying slabs, or maybe you're not experienced, this is just something to keep in mind. So when you do buy slabs, you can, in a way, know exactly what you're purchasing and how that research comes to be. All right. So first things first, I'm going to flip this over and we will be starting off revealing the 3 gold labels that I have. Woo! Heroic Outlaw from the first chapter, Aladdin, in a Gem Mint 10 with some beautiful subgrades, which we'll go over later in the video. So I have there. The one and only Pristine 10, only 0.5 away from a flawless 10, which I will also discuss further in the video. And last but not least, another Gem Mint 10 with, again, the sub labels. Okay, so when I talk about doing your research when buying slabs, if you're experienced, this is just a friendly reminder. If you're not experienced, I'm happy to inform you on this, but whenever you're buying slabs, we ensure that 1, the card that's in here is the exact same card that's being portrayed on the website, that the sub labels are the same, and of course whenever you scan a QR code like this, the card and the image that it shows on the website reflects what's in here, right? So that can be said for PSA and CGC. However, with PCG, as you can see on the screen, when you scan this card, or any of these 3 for that matter, it shows you the English version of the card, right? So when experienced, if you're buying like a PSA slab or a CGC slab or a Beckett slab, whatever slab, from my experience, most of the cards in here, for example, if it's English, it reflects English on the site. If it's Japanese, it reflects Japanese on the site. The reason for that is just consistency, right? So when you see a Japanese card as a 10 and it shows like the English counterpart, that may give off some red signs, but more likely than not, it's the opposite, right? If you see an English Pristine 10 or an English 10, and when you scan it, it shows you a Japanese card, that's more of a red flag, because Japanese is superior to English when it comes to the print quality and just the cardboard quality. That's another video for another day, but that's just keeping it nice, short and sweet. So here, PCG is new, so maybe they'll ramp up their systems in the future to reflect this card. But as you can see, as you've seen on screen, when you scan this card, it shows you the English counterpart, and the company's fairly new, so you know, benefit of the doubt. And I do trust the slabs, I really do. I'm not saying that, you know, these will be sealed by any sort of means, because if you look at the slab, it's like pristine. So there's no cracks, there's no chips, there's no the quote-unquote frosting, which happens with like PSA slabs when somebody tries to like chip it or like take out the card or whatever. You see some frosting. I don't see any of that, and it's just a beautiful clean copy. And there's only one Pristine 10 for this Aladdin Heroic Outlaw, and it's here in my hands. For Gem Mint 10, I believe there's 3 of them, and I have 2 out of the 3. After that, there's like a bunch of 9.5s and below. So another thing about PCG, which is really cool, really awesome, is that they have something above a Pristine 10. It's a flawless 10. Now this flawless 10, believe it or not, it's gold, and it's like this thing here is actually gold. So this is metal. The subgrades, the label here, this is real metal, and you can just tell the sturdiness. This slab has more weight to it than a PSA slab or a CGC slab. I'm telling you that right off the bat. Might have to do with this metal, label here, but if you were to get a flawless 10, which there's few, very, very few, you get like a gold label, which never has that been done or seen in the grading game for, at least for cards that I'm aware of. So if you do hit that flawless 10, not only do you have like a beautiful, perfect card, but you also have a gold label to go with it. And I'm talking gold as in like real gold. So that's just more information on PCG. I did put up on the screen these, the website for these cards. Feel free to do your own research, look more into the company. Feel free to scan the QR code. Feel free to go to the website and you let me know what you guys think. Personally, as my first experience, I'm loving it. I enjoy it. I would definitely consider grading with them, especially because of the flawless 10, which I know we're all seeking when submitting a card, right? We always want the best of the best, the cream of the cream. And I would be extremely happy to get a flawless 10. Can you imagine having a card with like real gold on it? Like that, that is a game changer. Besides PCG, I would also consider grading with another company, which would be for another video. This is more just like an informative video and my initial interpretations on this brand. I enjoy it. I love it. I like the weight and the heftiness to this slab. Like if I hold this slab and then if I hold this PSA slab, like this is light. This is light. This is sturdy. This is heavy. Feel free to follow Rudy for more information on PCG. He has some shorts where he throws these slabs into like the water or whatever, and they seem to be fairly heavy duty. and they do feel heavier than your average PSA slabs or CGC slabs for that matter. I believe I have a CGC here as well. I do. Okay. Yeah, this is still, yeah, you can definitely tell. And then if you do your fingertips, yeah, this is way more heavier. But yeah, guys, besides talking about PCG, in regards to my collection, I'm super stoked to own the one and only Pristine 10 Aladdin Heroic Outlaw from PCG. I'm super stoked to own 2 out of the 3 or 4, I believe, Gem Mint 10s for the Heroic Outlaw. They're here in this vault, and I'm super happy to share them with you. So you let me know. Do you guys appreciate these slabs? Do you guys like them? Do you think, you know, this is just an overkill with the Flawless 10, which personally I would love? But yeah, so let's take a look at it one more time. Please be aware that there is plastic on top of the plastic. And then there is plastic on top of this plastic. It's still beautiful. And then let's see if I have a PSA on hand with plastic. No, I don't. But just for our show purposes, let's put that same slab that I showed you before in plastic and compare the transparency of the slabs, because that's what we do here. That's what we do here. We try to give the best interpretations that we can, and we try to equate the field as much as possible. So that's one slab, PSA, through a beautiful plastic. All right. We have Aladdin Heroic Outlaw, plastic on plastic. And then we have the CGC 10, plastic on plastic. And I do understand that maybe if it was Japanese, like the hollow pattern would pop out more. But this is just for visualization, so we can kind of get a better understanding on how that looks like. If I ever get Heroic Outlaw in a PSA 10 or a CGC 10, I will try the same experiment with the plastic on plastic, so we can have a fair and equal opportunity to review all the slabs. And of course, I'll try to get it in Japanese so we can equal out the playing field as much as possible. And now that we're here talking about protection and talking about plastic on plastic, I do have this beautiful, there we go. I do have this beautiful top loader, which keeps giving me issues, because why not? yeah, why not, right? We got all time in the world. All right, which I'll be putting more plastic in this plastic to cover the cardboard. All right, now everything is protected. I can say that I am happy with this collection. Yeah, let me know your initial interpretations. If you're interested in a slab or two, please feel free to reach out. We'll see what we can do. As for right now, though, I'm happy to have them in my possession. All right, Collector Crow with Gem Minted out.